What's up, world? Yes, indeed, Ecussionist here. We've got lesson number 3 of free lessons for all ages and all levels right here on the YouTube channel for NGO Radio Terra. Thank you so much to our friends down in Brazil who are at the helm of NGO Radio Terra, doing big things in the world of music, appreciation, and education, of which I'm a part of, and I'm super happy to be here with you today. We're going to be going through basic drumming techniques. Basic drumming techniques such as hand and foot coordination, the difference between matched grip and traditional grip, when and how I use that, and the differences in approach and concept with that. Heel down versus heel up in bass drum technique. And what else? What else am I missing? Yeah, I think that's pretty much. Oh, and breathing. Breathing is super important. I got to get close up on the mic for you to hear the breath. Got to take a big, let's take a big deep breath together. So we're going to talk about breathing as it pertains to musicality and drumming, and literal breathing while drumming. So let's get into it. Hand and foot coordination. So hand and foot coordination could be any amount of complexity or simplicity that involves the communication of all of our limbs. And oftentimes our limbs do different things in the art of drumming. One of my mentors, Joe Chambers, liked to say that he played out of the right side of his body all the time. So primarily leading with your right arm and your right foot. Paradiddle. Right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. Now I'll add a quarter note to my right foot. And upbeats to my left foot. Got all 4 limbs going. And the key is just to get it comfortable. Right? So we're always balancing. We're balancing in volume. We're balancing in space between notes. And so hand and foot coordination can even get as complex as Prince's beat 777-9311. Okay, right? So that beat obviously has a whole lot going on, and it includes my left foot doing a bunch of stuff, my right foot doing a bunch of stuff, and obviously my hands. Let me break that down real quick, slower. What I found really interesting just now is that when I changed the position of my right hand versus when it was over here and then when it's right here, it helped solidify the groove when I moved my hand to the second position for some reason. So that's part of hand and foot, is where are you hitting it and how. That changes the dynamics, the aerodynamics and the physics of your body. So consider that. Make sure that we're always polishing the four-way coordination. Matched grip. Let's talk about matched grip. And I think I talked about this probably in the very beginning in fundamental concepts. I talked a little bit about grips, basic grips, stick control. But now I want to talk about the philosophical side of matched versus traditional. You know, when I'm playing matched grip, I feel like I want to play ideas like this. Now, I can play it like this. But I feel as though sometimes with this grip, I don't always hit a consistent snare rim combination. And so with the matched grip, I seem to fall into the sound I'm looking for with this type of a beat quicker. So when I play traditional grip, it makes me think about doing stuff like this. Ghost notes and triplet ideas seem to flow to me in a way when I'm using my left hand that sometimes it doesn't come when I'm playing matched grip. And John Riley, and I'm gonna pull up this book real quick. Maestro John Riley and the Art of Bebop Drumming, right here. You know, he'll tell you that he has a similar experience, and I'm paraphrasing him, but just in thinking about ideas, he correlates certain of them to the grip that he's playing. So that's something to think about. John Riley, ladies and gentlemen, The Art of Bop Drumming, one of the GOATs. Check him out. There is a tradition of playing a certain traditional grip style that I'm showing you with the one finger on top technique. It's like starting a fire. Interestingly enough, I've got one nylon tip stick and one wood tip stick. Let me pull up the second wood tip and let's see how that changes the sound. Okay, here's with a nylon and wood tip. Nylon in my left hand. Adding the wood tip to the left hand. So maybe it wasn't the smoothest buzz roll in the world, but I definitely noticed the textural difference, right? I feel as though there was moments when I had more ability to tap into some of my chops based on the beat and the moment that I was playing, which was very much informed by my grip or my desire to have a certain grip. So I just want to emphasize that that is a normal and natural thing to want to switch grips. Okay, so I think that we all know that when we bring our heel up, it tends to make us push the bass drum beater into the head. It crushes the beater into the head. And when we do that, we dead the sound. Now, my bass drum isn't tuned very tonally, so you won't really hear a ring once I let the beater off the head, but you could notice a difference in sonic resonance. So here is crushed into the head with heel up. And here is heel down, heel down. Heel up, heel down. So I like to play heel down when I'm playing a swing pattern so I can feather the bass drum, which is to just stroke the bass drum gently with the beater. Some drummers like myself I like to lift my foot up a little bit, my heel up, just so much so I can control the beater a little bit more. And in order to control it while having my heel up, I bring my foot back on the pedal like such. And notice how I'm trying to emphasize the straightness in that pattern. I could make it swing. Or straight. Swing. Straight. Earlier when I was demonstrating and I was giving a recap of what I was playing, I realized I was so out of breath, and that moment reminded me at the end of this lesson I have to talk to you guys about sitting up straight and breathing as deeply as you can from the very bottom of the seat of your soul all the way up through the crown and the heavens, right? So that type of a breath must be taken while we're playing. So when we're in the middle of playing something like this, and so breathing has become an elemental part of my music practice, period. I'm always conscious of my breath. I realize that sometimes we need to say a lot, and in that moment, maybe we have to expel all of our breath, but we do have to come back to one breath, and we do have to come back to the necessity of space. And that's really, really a huge component of being tasteful and listening to others leaving some space, and how we can achieve space is with our breath. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. This has been lesson 3. We talked about a little bit about the difference between playing heel up and heel down. We talked about some conceptual differences in using match grip versus traditional grip. We also talked about really the introduction to the conversation about four-way independence in drumming. That goes very deep. It all goes very deep, and we're here to take you there. We have 9 more lessons in the last trimester of 2024. My name is eCussionist, taking you home. Thank you, NGO Radio Terra, Proel, Icon Microphones, Roland Corporation, Tamburo Drums, NGO Radio Terra, and all you amazing musicians out there. You inspire us. Every week we're here. Thank you so much. Peace and blessings.